Hello, Libra. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your June 2025 Tarot and Oracle card reading. This is a reading for all Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to kick it off with a Seasons of the Witch Oracle. I just love these. Well, my friends, you have inner power. How apropos, let it be known, no will or desire is more powerful than I embodied. You are the universe, so everything, all the gifts that you are seeking, you've already been born with. You already have them at your disposal. It's just a matter of accessing and cultivating the energy and also to manifest your desire. So the card of inner power, you might even have more power in a situation. In fact, we usually do than we even recognize. So we'll see what the cards can tell you. Detailed Celtic cross-style reading today. Current situation, you've got the Magician. The immediate influence is Judgment. You have the Three of Wands in your subconscious, the King of Cups in the more distant past, the Ace of Cups in the more recent past. Ten of Wands is coming towards you. You're represented by the Nine of Pentacles. You're attracting the Knight of Wands. You've got the Eight of Cups in your hopes and fears. King of Wands in the outcome, coming out on top. I feel like your hard work will pay off here, my friends. Now, I'm liking this when I start to see all these major arcana. We have 4 of them. I'm just going to tuck the Page of Wands down for a minute. So know that the Sun comes before Judgment. We have here the Archangel Gabriel. We've got Taurus going on. We've got quite a bit of fire. We have air, water, earth as well. And you have, let's see, just one king, I believe. So with this energy, I do feel like you're going to be an absolute magnet. Pay attention. When you have those thoughts, you think about somebody and then there they are, poof, you're like, what are you doing here? You run into people randomly. It is your own energy field. It is your own point of attraction, but it's your knowing, okay? Your intuition is talking to you and telling you. So don't be shy in the meditating and the visualizing and the journaling and all the things. But this is also telling you, I feel like it's time to take a leap of faith. I feel like as you wrap up a project, and some of you too, if you're making a big career shift, if you had something that was really draining and you're going to take just a bit of time, maybe a break in between and figure yourself out or figure out where you're going, I feel like you'll do it and you'll go find what's really calling you, your true calling, I heard. Now, in terms of love, you have one who comes in who's quite charming and quite excited about you, okay? And I do feel like with this, you have a commitment, but I feel like you have, what really shows up in the cards is the passion and the charisma and the attraction. This will not be a boring, dull relationship. This is not 2 bumps on the log bumping into each other. So you have here, for some of you, it may be a relationship too, where there's a lot of electronic communication, FaceTime, texts, emails. Maybe they travel for work or they live across town or something, or they like to, when they don't see you, they like to have a FaceTime with you. I like it. I feel like it's somebody that shows they're interested. But with this, you do have a marriage with the Hierophant. You also have higher education, which also could be remote. I get this feeling of you making an advancement remotely, having opportunities where you can, sit in your professional clothes from the waist up and the pajamas the waist down if you choose to, or you can go all in and say, I just feel better. I personally feel better when I'm fully dressed, but that's just me. There's nothing like getting onto a Zoom and realizing your hair looks a bit amiss, okay? But either way with this, I do feel like you're going to have an advancement, and it makes it easy. It just feels like it makes your schedule easy, or even something too, if you're looking to try to work partially remotely, it just feels like some sort of hybrid situation. Now, I also feel like too, if you're selling things online, or if you have things, it might be time to take an inventory. If you're like, yeah, I need to do that. I've got, a spare tire that's good or something like that. You get like one replaced and you say, I'm going to do this temporarily. and then get the other 3, and then they don't have it, and you end up getting 4 brand new tires, and go, now what do I do? Okay, one of those where you're like, this is not junk, it's worth money. So if you've been sitting on some loot and saying, I'm going to get around to this, I feel like they're trying to tell you now is the time to do it. And even if you're getting ready to sell a house or something, you may be sitting on quite a bit of money that's worth your time to, I keep seeing somebody like taking an inventory. That's how I keep saying it, taking this inventory. You're going to attract buyers, clients, whatever it is that you need with the sun energy. They're going to be attracted to you, so know that. So ultimately, I do feel like you're making advancements. Now, the energy of the Hierophant also values tradition. So if you're putting on some kind of event, I feel like the attention to detail will be worth it. Okay, where if it's something that would really honor and respect their traditions. I was talking to someone today who's from another state. Where I live, we call soda pop, we call it pop. And they call it soda, and I knew that. And I said, well, I've been calling it soda because I'm pretty sure that's regionally what is expected where you're from. And he actually said thank you, because I think it's so weird when people say pop. Okay, so those kinds of little things, you can really, and you know when somebody smiles at you and they genuinely appreciate it, I feel like you're going to do that for somebody, where they're really going to say that was really nice, where they can tell you've paid attention and it just feels meaningful to them. So here we go. Your current situation, I feel like you really are bringing heaven to earth, because that's what the Magician will do. But the energy of Judgment tells us the veil is thin. Okay, so this is a great time to communicate with the divine, that your spiritual team is talking to you. They're whispering in your ear. They're directing you. They're guiding you, like we were saying, and you're going to notice it all around you. So with the energy of Judgment, it's a realization, an aha, a new perspective, a renewal, decisions being made that free you up. So if it is a job change, I feel like you're going to hit the ground running, but I still feel like with you being represented by the 9 of Pentacles, that you have money coming in. So know that you may discover a new facility, new something that you can do, something you have a gift for, or it's just not too hard for you, and it'll bring in money. So Judgment is also telling you that you're being called to action. So like I said, if you've had this little nagging feeling about taking care of something, I still feel like it's lucrative. And so it keeps coming up, because it's like, hey, dude, there's money over here if you just go pay attention and do this. And I understand you might be saying, look, my candle's burning at both ends. I know it's out there, but it's just been hard. It's all right. So I feel like with the energy of Judgment and the Magician, you're making things happen. You're making gains happen. This also, too, is communication coming in. These are yes cards. If you're waiting for the call, you're waiting for the approval, here you go. If you've had something hanging on, some kind of paperwork, everything's hanging in the balance of one final document, and you're like, when will we ever know? Finally, yes. Now, the Magician also is a card not only of manifesting, but bringing a lot to the table. So I feel like people around you, too, they will be helpful, they will be people who will be good matches for you. So it feels easy, it feels balanced. I feel like it was like this, but anyway. The 3 of Wands is in your subconscious. Your ships are coming in. 3s are great cards or numbers in the tarot because they indicate that happier times are ahead. This is a card of satisfaction. He waits, but he's not worried. He waits with a knowing. And so your subconscious knows. Of course, your subconscious knows everything that's available to you. But know that the Magician is about using your mind to impress upon the subconscious. So use that beautiful instrument of your mind to dictate to the subconscious what you're going to receive. You can even do that. It sure would make things easier, right? I mean, it's kind of exciting when you don't know what's going to happen, but it's even nicer when you do. So I do feel like with this, you're going to see your luck change for the better, little wins along the way, and even those bigger wins are showing up. So we have the King of Cups here in the distant past. If you met somebody, if it was a boss or you're in a relationship with the King of Cups, you'll never want to give them away, okay? This is the one. And so with this, with the Ace of Cups right behind him, I do feel like with this, you're really finding something that you will love. Now, if it's something new that you've started, I don't care if it's Pilates or some other workout, it'll be one of those things you'll say, once I started that, I never looked back. I knew it was an immediate fit. It's finding really something that's heart-centered, that speaks to you, that matters to you. If it's a new cause, Okay, if you're raising money for charity, all those things. But whatever it is, when it shows up in this energy, it really is something that's important. It's love, creativity, imagination. It's living a really great life overall. It's a time where you'll feel completely contented, completely like this is what life is supposed to be right here, right now. And the people too, in terms of this. Now we also have the King of Wands, and he brings the spice to the party. So with the Ace of Cups, it is an overflowing cup of love. It is such a pull on your heart. I can't tell you that enough, Libra. That anything that you start here, you'll look at it and say, again, where have you been all my life? If it's a new love interest, or even if it's that King of Cups, you'll be saying, I cannot imagine my life without this, all right? And so I just feel like you have something here that is going to be long term. And it really is a shift. I mean, it feels more than just a person. It feels almost like a paradigm shift where it really is an important turning point. It brings in freedom. It brings in celebration. But I do feel like with this 10 of Wands coming towards you, there may be one little last push, okay? That one little last, we got to grind it out. So if it's something about wrapping up a job, or it's something about you want to sell a house and move, we got to get through this one last project. It might be a juggernaut. Get through it, and I feel like you walk free from there. Now, it also, too, if it's something at work, I do feel like it brings in money. So it may open up a new door for you, especially with this 9 of Pentacles, where it opens up a new door for you and it brings in more opportunities for money. She represents you. She is the single lady. So if you are single, you may find people start showing up in your messenger. I have that happen to me from time to time. It's always so strange, too. It's like, is it a real person or just some fake thing? If you don't know them. But I do feel like you're going to be getting a lot of attention. I also feel like you're going to do things on your own terms. You have offers, opportunities, but it's like it's all up to you, and it feels easy and it feels comfortable. So the Knight of Wands is what you're attracting, and I told you, you're going to have very flirtatious people around you. They're going to be forward. They're going to be exciting. They're going to be very dashing. They're going to be charming. They're going to be people who will compliment you. You're going to have to decide if there's more to it. Now, that King of Cups, of course there is, but you'd have to see, is that a King of Cups? And this is sort of the opener, the interesting part of the beginning, what intrigues you. So the 8 of Cups is in your hopes and fears. You're looking to move on to something bigger, better, and you're doing it. And this will keep pushing you until you move. So with the King of Wands here in the outcome, you will make gains by leaps and bounds. You will be incredibly confident. Again, you will also be charming and charismatic and attractive to people, so get ready for that. But I do feel like with this, they're trying to tell you, you are moving on up, okay? That's not just making lateral moves. That is making gains, all right? Increases. Oh, look at this. We've got the card of luck showing up. You are right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. So know that good things are coming for you. I love you, Libra. I'll be back again soon.